Just set it, don't rotate. My phone rotation is not a problem. You just come and keep it like that. Okay, we'll show for now if they show something on the screen.
White color. Yeah. They're practicing. Oh. I'm practicing. Darga. One together, 2, 3. Then one back together. So the raga. Okay. This is the longest one.
सर्वधर्मपरायणाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई वरदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सत्पुरुषाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सत्यगुणात्मने नमः। ॐ श्री साई साधुवर्धनाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई साधुजनपोषणाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वज्ञाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वजनप्रियाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वशक्तिमूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वसंगपरित्यागिने नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वान्तर्यामिने नमः। ॐ श्री साई महिमात्मने नमः। ॐ श्री साई महेश्वर स्वरूपाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भक्तिग्रामोद्भवाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भक्तिक्षेत्र निवासिने नमः। ॐ श्री साई यशकाय श्रीनिवासिने नमः। ॐ श्री साई जोडियादिपल्ली सौमपाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भारद्वाज ऋषिगोत्राय नमः। ॐ श्री साई भक्तवत्सलाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई अपरम्परात्मने नमः। ॐ श्री साई अवतारमूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्री साई सर्वभयनिवारिणे नमः। ॐ श्री साई आपस्तम्भसूत्राय नमः। ॐ श्री साई अभयप्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई रत्नाकरवंशोद्भवाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई शिरडी साई अभेदशक्त्यावताराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई शङ्कराय नमः। ॐ श्री साई शिरडी साई मूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्री साई द्वारकामायिवासिने नमः। ॐ श्री साई चित्रावतीधरपुट्टपत्तिविहारिणे नमः। ॐ श्री साई शक्तिप्रदाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई शरणागतप्राणाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई आनन्दाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई आनन्ददाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई आर्तत्राणपरायणाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई अनाथनाथाय नमः। ॐ श्री साई असहाय सहायाय साई कामक्रोध ध्वंसिने नमः। ओम श्री साई कनकांबरधारिणे नमः। ओम श्री साई अद्भुतचर्याय नमः। ओम श्री साई आपद्बांधवाय नमः। ओम श्री साई प्रेमात्मने नमः। ओम श्री साई प्रेममूर्तये नमः। ओम श्री साई प्रेमप्रदाय नमः। ओम श्री साई प्रियाय नमः। ओम श्री साई भक्तप्रियाय नमः। ओम श्री साई भक्तमन्दाराय नमः। ओम श्री साई भक्तजन हृदय विहाराय नमः। ओम श्री साई भक्तजन हृदयालयाय नमः। ओम श्री साई भक्तपराधीनाय नमः। ओम श्री साई भक्तिज्ञानप्रदीपाय नमः। ओम श्री साई भक्तिज्ञानप्रदाय नमः। ओम श्री साई सुज्ञानमार्गदर्शकाय नमः। ओम श्री साई ज्ञानस्वरूपाय नमः। ओम श्री साई गीताबोधकाय नमः। ओम श्री साई ज्ञानसिद्धिदाय नमः। ओम श्री साई सुन्दररूपाय नमः। ओम श्री साई पुण्यपुरुषाय नमः। ओम श्री साई फलप्रदाय नमः। ओम श्री साई पुरुषोत्तमाय नमः। ओम श्री साई पुराणपुरुषाय नमः। ओम श्री साई पतिताय नमः। ओम श्री साई कालातीताय नमः। ओम श्री साई सिद्धिरूपाय नमः। ओम श्री साई सिद्धसंकल्पाय नमः। ओम श्री साई आरोग्यप्रदाय नमः। ओम श्री साई पञ्चवस्त्रदाय नमः। ओम श्री साई संसार दुःख क्षेत्राय नमः। ओम श्री साई सर्वाभीष्टप्रदाय नमः। ओम श्री साई कल्याणगुणाय नमः। ओम श्री साई कर्मध्वंसिने नमः। ओम श्री साई साधुमानसशोभिताय नमः। ओम श्री साई सर्वमतसम्मताय नमः। ओम श्री साई साधुमानसपरिशोधकाय नमः। ओम श्री साई साधकानुग्रहवरवृक्षप्रतिष्ठापकाय नमः। ओम श्री साई सकलसंशयहराय नमः। ओम श्री साई सकलतत्त्वबोधकाय नमः। ओम श्री साई योगीश्वराय नमः। ओम श्री साई योगीन्द्रवन्दिताय नमः। ओम श्री साई सर्वमङ्गलकराय नमः। ओम श्री साई सर्वसिद्धिप्रदाय नमः। ओम श्री साई आपन्निवारिणे नमः। ओम श्री साई आरती
Humble pranams to the lotus feet of Bhagavan Shri Satya Sai Baba. Sairam elders, brothers, and sisters. It is due to the grace of our beloved Swami that we, the SSE students of Group 3 Sacramento Sai Center, are given the opportunity to present about peace today. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Avani, you're done already? You just started and now you're saying Shanti, Shanti, Shanti?
Thanks, Satyam. But since our topic today is peace, I thought we'd start with 3 Shantis instead of ending with them. So, since we started with 3 Shantis, can anyone give me their best guess for the reason behind saying Shanti 3 times? Anyone?
Yourself, wife and family.
Unfortunately, I'm not married yet, so I can't relate yet, but what I think is that Shanti is chanted 3 times.
What about the country? Like,
How about the other 2 times?
what?
We're getting amazing responses.
Ourselves and country and like world.
Serious answers.
World.
The mind, the body and the spirit.
Wow.
Yeah, so Shanti is chanted 3 times for the body, mind, and soul, as well as to maintain peace in the past, present, and future. We search for peace everywhere, but it is not separate or outside. We face anxiety, troubles, and arguments daily. We do so many spiritual practices to try and discover how to attain peace and complain daily that our lives are devoid of it. Why do we do this? It's because we have forgotten our true nature, as we are the embodiments of peace. Satya Sai Baba says that I and who am I is not just in ourselves, but it is present in everyone. But instead, we are pointing out the differences in each other without realizing that we are all the same. Now, who doesn't want peace? Satyam, don't you want peace?
I really want peace.
Baba says that we must give up our selfish thoughts like saying, I want peace, because I is ego, want is desire, and with those 2, your peace is just nowhere to be found. But without those 2, your peace is there. Now, what is peace? Peace is both external and internal peace. Let's start with inner peace first. Inner peace can be achieved by knowing who you are, but that's really difficult in today's world as we are constantly told different things by many people. God made us with a purpose and with a reason to be here, and He is the only one who has authority to make you understand who you are. The only way we can achieve peace is by surrendering fully to the Lord, because we have to realize that every single action, opportunity, gift, and activity was set in stone by Swami. Not even a single blade of grass can move without Baba's grace. If we keep this mindset and surrender to the Lord, we can achieve peace. If only when man is ready to sacrifice his selfish desires and love and serve the Lord, then they can achieve peace. Talking of sacrifice reminds me of the Islamic festival that is celebrated today, Bakrid, Eid al-Adha. On this day, Muslims practice and recognize animal peace to commemorate the sacrifice of Prophet Ibrahim. Now, does anyone know who Prophet Ibrahim is? No?
My neighbor.
Baba.
Well, Baba is present in everyone.
Yes. But it's Eid-ul-Fitr. Eid-ul-Fitr. What did you say?
It's Eid al-Adha today.
Huh?
It's Eid al-Adha today.
Okay.
So, Prophet Ibrahim had a dream to choose between his love for Allah and his love for his son, which were both very strong. And in this dream, he was told to choose between both of them. And he told his son about this dream. Now, how do you think his son reacted to this? And keep in mind that his son was just 13 years old.
Asher?
Are you mad?
Are you mad?
Are you mad at like?
No, that's what his son would say.
That was his reaction.
Yeah?
Oh, like crazy?
Yeah, are you crazy?
Oh, okay. So,
Oh, no, oh, mad. Okay, mad.
Who is crazy?
The son is asking, saying, are you crazy? Okay.
so that was a good guess, not quiet. But his son replied with, "Oh, my father, do as you command, and I will remain patient." Now, this is pretty surprising coming from like a 13-year-old. But Allah was pleased with both the father and the son's patience, loyalty, obedience, and respect, and instead sent a sheep to be sacrificed instead of Ismail. On this day, Muslims recognize the sacrifice of sheep and divide it into 3 parts. The first part is distributed to the poor, the second to friends and family, and the third to oneself. But sacrificing means protecting and getting rid of the negative values in the sheep, like fear and worry. It is every individual's responsibility to take care of their family, society, and country. For this, even if one has to sacrifice themselves, they should do it without turning back. So let's take a little break by doing a simple exercise. So Satya will show, but you guys can also follow. So Satya, can you please say turn to your right as you turn your head to the right?
Turn to your right.
And now can you say turn to your right but turn your head to the left?
Turn to the left.
Wait.
No.
What? Oh. that was kind of weird.
So that's right. So as you may have noticed if you followed along, it was awkward to do the opposite of what you said. And this is because your thought, word, and deed were not aligned. One of the ways to achieve peace is by maintaining unity of thought, word, and deed. So let's move on to external peace, which is related to the activity we just did. So even if you have unity of thought, word, and deed, do you have peace?
I always have unity of thought, word, and deed. But what about the things that are happening in the world today, like gruesome wars and political disagreements?
I agree with you, Satya. Just how one cannot worship an idol in an unclean temple, one cannot have inner peace without having external peace. The unity of our thoughts, our people, and our actions results in peace. Baba says that divinity is honoring and loving all, which results in peace. If we follow the simple guidelines that Baba has repeatedly taught us, we can easily attain peace.
I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
What's the difference between internal peace and external peace?
So that's a great question. So inner peace starts in the mind, while external peace is the result of what happens going on up there. Well, so like the purity of our thoughts is the seed for harmony. So just how like the true war starts in the mind.
He's confused because at the end of the day, everything is inside. What is happening outside is simply a reflection of what's happening inside.
Yeah.
What you hear outside is the resound, reaction, reflection, and resound. So there is only one peace, no inner peace and external peace. It's only peace is all internal. You can be in a chaotic environment, but still be peaceful, and because your mind is calm. That's what he's trying to. Thank you, Ashu. Good clarification.
So, yeah, thank you. So, in regards to world peace, one of the most progressive religions, which is also the newest and fastest growing religion, is the Baha'i faith. We will have a presentation on the life of its founder by Baha'u'lláh by Satyank and Pranav.
Can be in the light and enlighten us.
We can't see.
Yeah?
They can.
Salam everyone. Today me and Pranav are having a presentation about peace and the Baha'i faith.
And we're going to specifically cover the life of the founder and prophet of the Baha'i faith, or rather one of the prophets. There's several. Baha'u'lláh.
Baha'u'llah, a name that means the glory of God in Arabic. He was born on the 12th of November, 1817 in Tehran, Iran. He was born as a Muslim and his father was a wealthy government minister by the name Mirza Nuri. Baha'u'llah was well educated in certain subjects that mainly focused around calligraphy, classic poetry, swordsmanship, and horsemanship. Does anybody know what this is?
You can puppet.
Yeah, you're supposed to raise your hand, but puppet show. Next one. Baha'u'llah also had an experience with the puppet show. As a child, he watched a puppet show that was on war. This triggered him, and this changed his view entirely and wanted him to achieve world peace. He wanted to stop all these wars and everything. Baha'u'llah was a good learner and a very good problem solver. He would solve any problem that was presented in front of him. Soon after his father's death, he rejected all assets of wealth and devoted his life to charitable work, and soon earned the name Father of the Poor.
An important instance in Baha'u'llah's life was when he became a follower of the Bab, who was born Sayyid Mirza Ali Muhammad. After living a normal life as a merchant, in 1844, he declared himself to be the Mahdi, the Redeemer Prophet who would come at the end of the world in Islam. He also declared himself to be a new prophet of a new faith.
You please tell them next slide only. Then.
We will tell you next slide.
Thank you. He declared himself to be a new prophet of a new faith entirely. His first follower, Mullah Hussein, was instructed to deliver a special stone tablet to a person of interest in Tehran. Mullah Hussein met Baha'u'llah and delivered the stone tablet. Baha'u'llah was intrigued and overjoyed at this realization of truth and became a follower of Babism. Due to the rapid and widespread growth of Babism, many Shia Muslim clerics as well as government officials, were wary at the power they were gaining. As a result, a mass persecution of Babis followed. This culminated in the execution of the Bab in 1850. Next slide, please. During this chaos, several Babis attempted to assassinate Nasiruddin Shah in Iran. However, Baha'u'llah was falsely implicated on these charges, despite not knowing of the actual attempts and not being a part of them. He was imprisoned in the Sia Child Prison, which you can see in the background, located in Tehran. There, he suffered many horrible abuses, including being locked in chains that were so heavy, it left scars on his body for the rest of his life. However, importantly for the Baha'i faith, this was also where he had his revelation from an angel. He was him whom God shall make manifest. He was the successor prophet to the Bab, who would continue preaching the truth to the world. Following this revelation, Baha'u'llah was found innocent and was spared from the death penalty, but he was forever exiled from his birth nation of Iran. Next slide, please. Initially, Baha'u'llah spent most of his exile in Baghdad. He initially stayed for 12 days in the Garden of Ridwan, which now commemorated, sorry, I can't English today, commemorated in springtime as the Ridwan festival among many Baha'is worldwide. It's a very important festival and very beautiful. Among the many Babis who also journeyed with Baha'u'llah to Baghdad to escape persecution was Mirza Yahya, Baha'u'llah's half-brother. Initially working as a clerk under him, Mirza Yahya sought power. He tried to discredit Baha'u'llah's claims of being a leader of the Babis in an attempt to win the power struggle. Seeing this unfold, Baha'u'llah did not want a discord or fight between the Babi community and left for the mountains of Kurdistan, a region now spread among many Middle Eastern countries, such as Turkey, Iran, Iraq, and Syria. He lived as a Sufi dervish, or Sufi Muslim recluse, or ascetic, and was well known among local Sufi leaders as a man of great wisdom. After learning that Mirza Yahya was in fact a terrible leader, many Babis sought out Baha'u'llah. thinking he was the strange wise man in Kurdistan that many Sufis held up their minds to. Once finding that it was indeed Baha'u'lláh who was the wise man, they pleaded for him to return to Baghdad. Next slide, please. The Iranian government initially wanted to extradite Baha'u'lláh for his crimes, but the Ottoman Empire denied this request. The Iranian ambassador managed to convince the Ottoman Sultan to invite Baha'u'lláh to live in Constantinople, the imperial capital, and more importantly for Iran, further away from that heretic. There, he was expected to follow a corrupt practice of wealthy government officials soliciting advice from wise men in exchange for gifts. Naturally, the Prophet refused to take part in this, even when being reminded by the Prime Minister. So the cunning Iranian ambassador managed to convince the Sultan to exile him to Adrianople. In the end, he was finally exiled to Akka, present-day Acre, Israel, where he was initially placed under strict house arrest and was viewed by both the local residents and his guards as an enemy of both the Ottoman Empire and Allah. Next slide, please. In the end, though, Baha'u'llah's message of truth, right conduct, and peace was able to convince both groups to give him more freedom and respect. He was allowed to meet his followers in peace and also met many Western visitors, including a certain Professor Edward Granville Brown from Cambridge University in the United Kingdom. Brown drew a famous portrait of Baha'u'lláh. Next slide, please.
As I stated before, Baha'u'llah really wanted world peace. And to do this, when he was imprisoned, he sent letters to most of the world leaders that included Queen Victoria, Napoleon III, Kaiser Wilhelm I, and many others listed on the screen. In these letters, he briefly said to settle down their differences and create a system of world peace.
One of the main goals of the Baha'i faith is peace. An important quote on peace from Baha'u'llah himself is, "These fruitless strifes, these ruinous wars shall pass away, and the most great peace shall come. Yet do we see your kings and rulers lavishing their treasures more freely on means for the destruction of the human race than on that which would conduce to the happiness of mankind. These strifes and this bloodshed and discord must cease, and all men be as one kindred and one family. Let not a man glory in this, that he loves his country. Let him rather glory in this, that he loves his kind." The Baha'i view of world peace is quite simple. Either the world would voluntarily strive for world peace through examples such as the United Nations, or there will be terrible wars fought, each more ferocious, deadly, and destructive than the last. In the end, all of humanity will be fatigued from this war. It is here I would like to ask a question for the audience. Would you rather prefer all the nations and all the peoples to work together for peace, or would you rather sacrifice billions of people to the ever-grinding hawks of war, in the end for a futile world peace that would almost surely destruct and destroy mankind?
Considering how you said the hawks of war, I would like to fight for world peace.
That's a good option.
Well, not fight. The first option.
Strive for world.
Yeah, strive for world.
That's a good answer. I also like existing.
Excellent.
Considering the way how you asked.
As Baha'u'llah wanted to achieve world peace, this was one of his most famous quotes. "The earth is but one country, and mankind is its citizens. Be a world citizen." Excellent. Baha'u'llah's death and legacy. Baha'u'llah passed away on the 29th of May, 1892, in the mansion of Hami. His will was Baha'u'llah stated that Abdul Baha shall be his successor and the leader of the Baha'i faith in his will. Where Baha'u'llah rested is known to be one of the holiest places of the Baha'is. The Baha'i faith is the fastest growing world religion to this day.
Sacred Baha'i texts authored by Baha'u'lláh and venerated by the community to this day include the Kalimat-i-Maknunih, the hidden words, the Kitab-i-Iqan, the Book of Certitude, and the Kitab-i-Aqdas, the most holy book. Another important legacy of the Baha'i community is the construction of many schools and other programs that target world peace.
People moved him from place to place, but they could not move his inner peace. As you see on the map, Baha'u'llah left Tehran in the 12th of January 1853 and soon ended in Acre in August 1868. Next slide.
He's a very well-traveled man. Another one of our topics that we're going to cover in this slide is Deśa Māta, patriotism. At this important juncture, I'd like to ask the audience another question. What is your view on patriotism? Is it good? Is it bad? What should we do about it?
I'll show it again.
You did not ask him the right way.
Okay, so I guess it's good, cause like what's so bad about supporting your country? But then again, if you get like too angry if somebody being mean to your country, that's how you start wars. Cause like, hey, you took my lollipop or stuff, and then yeah, that's
Very wise. We should have told Mr. Putin about that.
So in summary, it's very beautifully put it. Patriotism is good, fanatism is bad.
Yes. Fanatics are truly a danger to world peace. An important quote by Swami that relates to patriotism is, "The strength of the youth lies in their spirit of patriotism. The primary duty of the youth is to render service to the society. The physical and mental strength of the youth is the foundation on which a nation is built." All of this roughly means patriotism should be in moderation. Sorry.
So now we're gonna play a little game that's
Yes,
so
so
I'm pretty sure most of you are familiar with that.
it's very fun.
Your dad will give answers.
The people that you'll be guessing about is peace leaders, I guess. Next slide. Can anyone guess who this is?
Martin Luther King.
You have to raise your voice.
Actually,
Martin Luther King.
Amazing!
One important quote from Martin Luther King Jr. is, "Peace is not merely a distant goal that we seek, but a means by which we arrive at that goal."
Can anyone guess who this man is?
Sidi Śanti.
Nelson Mandela.
Wow. This is incredible. This is an important quote from the man who helped stop the horrid practice of apartheid. "It is so easy to break down and destroy. The heroes are those who make peace and build."
Can anyone guess who this man is? Not you, I'm sure. Uncle?
Dalai Lama.
Yes.
Wow. Tenzin Gyatso, 14th Dalai Lama.
You
One-
should ask that question.
Yeah.
What's the actual name?
Why?
One important quote from him was, "Don't let the behavior of others destroy your inner peace."
Can anyone guess who this woman is?
Malala Yousafzai.
Correct. Here's an important quote from the woman who fights for the basic right for an education and equality for her gender. "I truly believe the only way we can create global peace is through not only educating our minds, but our hearts and our souls."
Next slide. Does anyone know who this man is? This one's gonna be tough.
Please,
A lot of people know this.
we need to like make this fun.
Everyone knows who this is.
Vivekananda, yeah.
Huh?
Vivekananda.
Yes.
Name her.
It's Swami Vivekananda. And one important quote from his is, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall enjoy the earth." Next slide.
anyone guess who this man is? And I, for one, really envy his mustache.
Yeah, man. You should not.
Yes.
Correct.
ಅವನಿಗೆ చెప్పేసినట్టు.
From our dear Babu, who helped found the nation of India. Prayer is the only means of bringing about orderliness and peace and repose in our daily acts.
Next. This one's probably the easiest one. Okay, can anyone guess who this is?
I know.
What's the family?
Yes.
Correct.
It's Mother Teresa. One important quote from her is, "Peace begins with a smile. Smile at least 5 times at somebody you don't really want to smile at."
Oh my God. I'm gonna smile it. We smile more than it.
Indian smiling is very good for everyone.
Okay, next one. That's it. Thank you, everyone.
We'd like to conclude, sorry.
Keep up after.
Yeah, we'd like to conclude with an important thing. Baha'is greet their fellow members with Allahu Akbar, God is greatest. That sounds like Allahu Akbar, right? It's very interesting. And there are 2 symbols I'd like to briefly mention. The first is the internationally recognized 9-pointed star, which is used by Baha'is worldwide. The second is the greatest name, symbolizing the one God Baha'is believe in. Ya Baha'u'lláh, O thou glory of glories. Thank you.
My question to you guys, you did a massively impressive job. Including the pronunciation is so amazing. Thank you for doing it so perfectly. Pranav, my boatman. So, the question to you, what is a quote from Swami that's very close to what Bahaism represents?
I think 1,000 quotes from
No,
Swami.
one quote. He's talking about one religion, right? And it's one thing. He's talking about one. There
There's
is
only one religion, the religion of
Love.
love. There is only one caste. The caste of
Humanity.
humanity. And there is only one
Language.
the language of the
Heart.
language of the heart. And there is only one God. And He is
Omnipresent.
omnipresent. That is the closest quote of Bhagavan to what?
the earth is one country and mankind is.
Yes.
Sarah.
That was a great presentation, especially with the pronunciations. So, I just want to end with one quote from Swami. So, our beloved Swami once said, "Detachment, faith, and love are the pillars on which Śanti rests. If we detach ourselves from the negative thoughts of this world, maintain faith in Baba, and love our fellow beings, then we can achieve peace." Let's end in one Om and 3 Shantis together. Sayonara.
Oh.
Sai bhajan bina sukha shanti nahi. 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 Hari naam bina aanand nahi. Hari naam Allah yaltu Muhammadiyulu Yahova yaltu Sakkaisamul Pulla Jakshugatantu Vaishnavulu Pulla Jakshugatantu Vaishnavulu Shambho Shambho, 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 Yakantu Shaivulunu, Yallara Kairarogya Saubhagyam Gula Sangari, Paramatmangari, Paramatmangari, Paramatmangari.
Shirdi Mahadeva, Deva, Shirdi Mahadeva. Shirdi Mahadeva, Deva, Shirdi Mahadeva. Shirdi Mahadeva, Deva, Shirdi Mahadeva. Shirdi Mahadeva, Deva, Shirdi Mahadeva.
Deśa Om Sri Sai Ram. We offer our love and pranams to the all-pervading consciousness, also referred to as Allah. La ilaha illallah. Allah, Allah. The word Allah, Allah, in Sanskritam means Al, means supreme power, or Shakti, or Mahamaya. It means the one who is associated with it. So the word Allah is no different than Ishvara, who is associated with Mahamaya. It's nothing other than Shiva Shakti Swarupam, which is nothing other than Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. When we connect to this consciousness that is all pervading, then we shall be in peace. Ishavashyam sarvam yatkinchat jagatyan jagat tena tyatyena bunjidha ma gridha kasya siddhanam. When all pervading Ishvara is realized and we live in this tranquility that everything belongs to Him, but we just got an opportunity just to enjoy it for the time being when we are in this body, then we shall truly realize how much peace is present just all around. This peace is not just about a concept. This peace is truly a reality for everything when it is concordant with outside, inside, 100% replicated and synergistic, then that is called Śanti. All the elements of the nature are present within us. The sky, the wind, the fire, the water, the earth, the moon, the sun, and the one who is enjoying all of this. Bhuram bhamsya nalo anilo ambara maharnadho himamshu puman itya bhati chara charatmakamidam yasyaiva murtyaktakam nanyat kinchana vidyate nursatam yasmad parasmad vibho tasmai Shri Gurupurnima namaidam Sri Dakshinamurtaye. Ashtamurtis, 8 murtis, Bhavaya Namaha, Sarvaya Namaha, Rudraya Namaha, Ishanaya Namaha, Pashwataya Namaha, Ugraya Namaha, Bhimaya Namaha, all these names that we chant for Ishvara, each of them represent one of those. Bhu, earth, Amba, water, Anala, which is wind, Anala is fire, Anila is wind, Ambara is sky, Maharnadho, which is the Mahar Ahaha Nadhaha, means the one who is during the day, the sun, and the one who is during the night, which is the moon, and the one who is present through all of this, enjoying all of this, everything outside, everything inside, when completely in concordance, that is what is called peace. So this peace, as we celebrated today, represents Deśa Māta. Desha is interpreted as country, as land. But Desha is nothing but the Deha. Desha is place in which you live. So Deśa Māta means that one which is living inside your own body as all-pervading consciousness. And when that is realized as the same within and without, then that is peace. Desha also represented as country, because the place where you live in, you have to take care of it. And what is patriotism? Patriotism is just like you take care of your body, and with so much care, because it's an instrument required for your spiritual progress. Similarly, you take care of the place where you live in and the people, and that is true patriotism, love and service. And this is represented by this beautiful religion of Islam. Islam, the word itself means peace. And that symbol of that Islam is nothing but a crescent moon and a star. As Bhagavan describes very beautifully, this crescent moon is the line of your mind, just enough to experience the glory of the God as Allahu Akbar. God is the Supreme, Allahu Akbar. And therefore the mind is present only to recognize the glory of the God and nothing else but that. And when you know that, you shall be in peace. And this is the essence of Islam. So brothers and sisters, as we celebrate this Bakrid, along with this beautiful day, which is the 12th day of Ashadi, when Bhagavan Vishnu has entered into his Yoga Nidra since yesterday for 4 months, and very coincidentally or not, we just started studying Ratri Suktam. Everything is so perfectly timed, you don't have to do anything about it. And when you shall realize that everything is perfectly planned, then you shall be in peace. Otherwise you are in pieces. Discordance is pieces, concordance is peace. So what do I ask of Bhagavan? All we ask of Him, all He asks of us is to forever to remember that we are in love with this God Supreme, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allah, Allah. Ishq Allah, Mahbud Ilah. Ishq Allah, Mahbud Ilah. Love God, for God is love. Love is God. Live in love. This is Bhagavan's quote. Ishq Allah, Mahbud Ilah. Ishq Allah, Mahbud Ilah. What does this mean? All I ask of you is forever to remember me as loving you and nothing but that. Because we are nothing but Him. He loves Himself. Therefore, we are already Him. And therefore, He is referring to us as love. This is the essence of Sufism. When God is represented as the dearest in love. Sufism is nothing but love for God. And this quote, as we remember, please meditate on the love of God as we chant this beautiful song.
All I ask
loving you. Ishqallah mehboobillah, Ishqallah mehboobillah, Ishqallah mehboobillah, Ishqallah mehboobillah. It's forever to remember me as loving you. All I ask of you is forever to remember me as loving you. Ishqallah mehboobillah, Ishqallah mehboobillah, Ishqallah mehboobillah, Ishqallah mehboobillah. All I ask of you is forever to remember me as loving you. All I ask of you is forever to remember me as loving you. Ishqallah mehboobillah, Ishqallah mehboobillah, Ishqallah mehboobillah. All I ask of you is forever to remember me as loving you. With those waves of love drenching all of us, we shall now offer.
is most important.
అప్పుడే మానవుడిగా పెరుగుతాడు.
Then only you can grow, develop as a true human being.
మానవుడికి ఉండవలసినటువంటి లక్షణాలు ఈనాడు ఎవరు ఎందుకో కనిపించట్లేదు.
The true human qualities are not seen in anyone.
సత్యమేనే చెప్తారా అంటే సత్యమే లేదు.
Do you find anybody speaking truth? No.
నోరెత్తితే అబద్ధమే.
The one starts uttering, speaking full of lies.
ప్రతి కార్యములను అధర్మంగానే ప్రవర్తిస్తున్నాడు.
Every person is treading along the path of unrighteousness, adharma.
కానీ ఇంకా శాంతి లభిస్తుందా?
Do you expect him to be peaceful?
శాంతి ప్రపంచంలో ఎక్కడైనా షాపులో ఎందుకు చిక్కుతుందా?
Can you buy peace from any shop? No.
బయట చిక్కేది కాదు ఈ శాంతి.
Peace is not outside.
నీవు ఏనాడు నీ కోరికలను అరికట్టుకుంటున్నావో ఆనాడు నీకు శాంతి ఆవిర్భవిస్తుంది.
The day when you control your desire, you will find the peace within you.
ఎప్పుడు ఆ పీస్ మనకు వచ్చిందో అప్పుడే మనకు లవ్ ప్రారంభం అవుతుంది.
When once you are peaceful, there you find love emanating, originating.
ఆ లవ్ ఉంది ఇప్పుడు కూడాను.
There is love even now.
లవ్ ఎప్పటికీ చచ్చేది కాదు.
Love will never diminish.
నో డెత్ ఫర్ లవ్.
No death for love.
కానీ లవ్ ఉంది. కానీ ఈ లవ్ను ఆర్టిఫిషియల్గా ప్రవేశిస్తున్నారు.
But we are allowing this love to proceed in the artificial direction.
మేఘాల్లో ప్రవహించేటువంటి యొక్క జలము మన నోటికి వెళ్తుందా?
Can you collect the water noticed in a passing cloud?
కాదు కాదు. వర్షంగా వచ్చినప్పుడే దాన్ని మనం తీసుకుని తాగడానికి అవుతుంది.
The cloud should come down in the form of rain for you to collect water and quench your thirst.
కనుక ఆ క్లౌడ్స్లో ఉన్నటువంటి ఒక వాటిని మనం అనుభవించాలనుకున్నప్పుడు దానికి తగిన ప్రార్థన ఉండాలి.
In order to get that water from the cloud, you need to pray.
వరుడు అనుగ్రహం కలిగినప్పుడే మనకు వాటర్ కూడా లభిస్తుంది.
When once you have God's grace, you will get water.
కనుక ఈ వాటర్ లభించడము కేవలం ప్రాణం కోసం కాదు.
You get the water not merely to sustain life
ఈ
alone.
స్వార్థం కోసం కాదు.
It's not for your selfishness.
లోక కళ్యాణం కోసం పని.
It is for the welfare of the entire humanity.
కనుక లోక శాంతిని మనం కోరాలి.
We should always pray for world peace.
కేవలం నా యొక్క శాంతి, నా గృహ శాంతి, నా యొక్క బంధు శాంతి, నా యొక్క బలగం శాంతి అని తన స్వార్థానికి మాత్రమే తాను ప్రార్థించరాదు.
You should not restrict yourself to attain this peace only within the circles of the family, at the individual level, within your heart. No.
ఇది శాంతి అనేటువంటిది లోక సంస్థ ఉపయోగపడవద్దు.
The true peace lies in the welfare and advancement of the world.
అందరూ భగవంతుని బిడ్డలే.
All are children of God.
అందరూ క్షేమంగానే ఉండాలి.
All should prosper.
అందరూ సుఖంగానే ఉండాలి.
All should be happy.
అందరి సుఖమే నా సుఖం.
My happiness lies in the happiness of everybody.
కనుక నాకు సుఖం ఏమిటి అంటే మీ అందరూ శాంతిగా ఉండటం, సంతోషంగా ఉండటము, దైవచింతన చేయటం, అదే నా శాంతి.
Bhagavan puts it this way. Bhagavan is extremely peaceful, extremely happy when you are happy, when you are peaceful, when you progress.
నీవు మాత్రమే పీస్ఫుల్గా ఉంటే నీ యొక్క కుటుంబం మాత్రం ఉండవచ్చు.
If you are peaceful alone, it may be limited to the circle of your family.
ప్రపంచం అంతా పీస్గా ఉండదు.
You cannot expect the same peace to prevail all over the world.
ఎక్కడ చూసినా కానీ అంతా పీసెస్.
There is no peace today. There are only pieces everywhere.
కనుక ప్రేమ స్వరూపులారా,
Embodiments of love.
మీరందరూ ప్రేమనే ధరించాలి.
In fact, you should receive love.
ప్రేమనే వరించాలి.
You should run after love.
ప్రేమనే అనుభవించాలి.
You should experience love.
ప్రేమనే మీరు ఆనందించాలి.
You should find all the bliss in love.
ఎవరి హృదయం నందు ప్రేమ ఆవిర్భవిస్తుందో వాడే నిజమైన మానవుడు.
He is a true human if he finds love originating in his heart.
May the love we sharing spread its wings, fly across the earth and bring new joy to every soul that is alive. May the love we sharing spread its wings, fly across the earth and bring new
is the absence of peace. When the mind gets peace, the body also will have health. So everyone who craves for good health must pay attention to the emotions, feelings, and motives that animate the individual. Just as you give clothes for a wash, you have to wash the mind free from dirt again and again. Otherwise, if dirt accumulates and you form a habit, it is difficult for the dhobi, the person who washes the clothes, to clean as well as harmful to the clothes. It should be a daily process. You should see that no dirt settles upon mind. That is to say, you should move about in such company that dirt is avoided. Falsehood, injustice, indiscipline, cruelty, hate. These form the dirt. Truth, righteousness, peace, love. These form the clean elements. If you inhale the pure air of the latter, your mind will be free from evil bacteria and you will be mentally sturdy and physically strong. Divine Discourse, Baba.
Sairam, if this is not Swami's presence at this place, tell me what it is. Puttaparthi doesn't know that Sai Seva Sadan is celebrating human values and today it is peace. And the thought for the day posted in Prashanti Nilayam is about peace. Are we in Prashanti Nilayam or not? Prashanti represents abode of peace. And Swami, we cannot but tell you how grateful we are for your incredible presence in this place, reading each and every thought and being present here for everything that we do here. And I really, really especially want to thank the SSE teachers and the students from the bottom of the heart on how inspiring these presentations from the children are. And truly it is another blessing of God and Bhagwan. It's the blessing of the Supreme Mothers. All of it is just amazing presence. This is pure love manifesting in this place. Nothing else but that. Tomorrow, as usual, we have our Gurupurnima celebration, day 4, and tomorrow's value is love. Now don't expect that tomorrow's thought for the day will also be love. Take what you get from Bhagavan, but don't ask for anything. That is being in peace. Don't expect miracles to come, but when it happens, recognize it is grace of God. And today in the morning in Deśa Māta, we were studying this beautiful aspect about what these 4 things that are love from God that we receive. When we receive that love, our prayer is offering thankfulness to God. That is prayer. Prayer is about thanking God for what you already got. You got a healthy body, you have a good family, you have a good satsang, and you are present in peace, and that is what you have already received. For that you say, thank you Swami, thank you Swami, thank you Swami. And that is prayer. When you physically need something, you are very hungry, somebody gives you food, you need help, somebody is there to help, and that is called a blessing. When you actually do things that are beyond your capacity, with all your skills, your capabilities, your capacity, your mental, physical strength, everything, and you know that won't be enough, and you fall short of completing the project, just like a yajna in Badrinath, or a charm in Sacramento. We all know how impractical it is to get a fire permit to have 7 by 7 feet 11 homakundas and put 5 like that and expect fire department to give you permit. And it doesn't happen until 1 week before the yajna. That is grace. And finally, when you don't even know what to ask, but God gives you what He has come to give you, not what you want. That is called mercy. and our merciful Sai Mata is present here, giving us what we don't even know what to ask, for those who are ready to receive it. Right here, present, 100%. Tomorrow will be love, and our beautiful group 4 students will be presenting on love. And tomorrow we'll have also the Satcharitra Parayana is going on from 4:30 to 6:30 every day since last Wednesday. And today has been so incredibly warm that we postponed the Pallaki Seva because Bhagavan wanted it to happen on the Gurupurnima day. The temperature will be much pleasant on the Gurupurnima day. So we will do Pallaki Seva on Gurupurnima day. Jai Sai Ram.
Just a couple of quick other announcements. On Wednesday, as part of service to Mother Earth, we will be doing the American River cleaning. The sign-up link for it is available in saisavasudan.org. It is available in the flyer that was sent out in WhatsApp. So if you're available, please sign up. All we request you is make sure you're dressed appropriately for the weather, and they provide water and refreshments. So it starts from 9 and goes on all the way till noon. And then on Sunday, July 24th, we will have the Mahanarayan Seva at Loaves and Fishes, where we feed about 300 people. So the sign-up sheet is also available in the Sai Saraswati website.
By the way, the picture of what you're seeing, the fire, that was in Badrinath. Jai Sai Ram. सच्चिदानन्दमूर्ति भयदाता विरामा आरति तुकारामा राघवे सागराना पाषाण करीने कैसे तुको पाते आभंग रक्षीने आरति तुकारामा सद्गुरुधामा सच्चिदानन्दमूर्ति भयदाता विरामा आरति तुकारामा तुलने सी ब्रह्म तुकासियाले मनो निरामेश्वरी जरी मस्तक टेविले आरति तुकारामा स्वामी सद्गुरुधामा सच्चिदानन्दमूर्ति भयदाता विरामा आरति तुकारामा साईनाथ राधा बहुलावे मंदिरे हो जय जय साईनाथ राधा बहुलावे मंदिरे हो आरति तो प्रेमे तुझा आरति देऊन करी हो जय जय साईनाथ राधा बहुलावे मंदिरे हो रंजन से तो मधुर बोली मायक से निकमुला हो रंजन से तो मधुर बोली मायक से निकमुला हो गोविंद राधे तुझा निज सेवक दुखारा हो गोविंद राधे तुझा निज सेवक दुखारा हो रामुनि भक्त व्यसन हरीशि दर्शन देशि काला हो रामुनि भक्त व्यसन हरीशि दर्शन देशि काला हो सारे अस्थिर कष्ट अतीतय तुमसे आगे हाल हो जय जय साईनाथ राधा बहुलावे मंदिरे हो आरति तो सब प्रेमे तुझा आरति देऊन करी हो जय जय साईनाथ राधा बहुलावे मंदिरे हो क्षमा शयन सुंदरी शोभा सुमन से जटावरी हो क्षमा शयन सुंदरी शोभा सुमन से जटावरी हो जावे थोड़ी भक्त जनांची पूजन हरिचा करी हो जावे थोड़ी भक्त जनांची पूजन हरिचा करी हो ओ वाली तो पंच प्राण ज्योति सुमति करी हो ओ वाली तो पंच प्राण ज्योति सुमति करी हो सेवा किंकर भक्ता प्रीति अंतर परिमलवारी हो जय जय साईनाथ राधा बहुलावे मंदिरे हो आरति तो सब प्रेमे तुझा आरति देऊन करी हो जय जय साईनाथ राधा बहुलावे मंदिरे हो सोनुई दया दुःखमाटते बाबांच्या चरणाशी हो सोनुई दया दुःखमाटते साईंच्या चरणाशी हो आम्ही सर्व आशीर्वाद देऊन निज सदनाशी हो आम्ही सर्व आशीर्वाद देऊन निज सदनाशी हो माता ये रुग्णरी वक्रणाचे काशी हो हित हित साधाया शिवो जय जय साईनाथ आता बाहुळावे मंदिरो आरवितो संप्रेमे तुझला आरती घेऊन करी हो जय जय साईनाथ आता बाहुळावे मंदिरो अनवर स्वामी सुखे निद्रा करा अवधूता बाबा करा साईनाथ चिन्मय हे सुखधाम धावनी बहुळा एकांता वैराग्याच्या कुंच घेऊन चौक जाडिला बाबा चौक जाडिला ताया मारी सुप्रेमाच्या शिडका वाहिला आता स्वामी सुखे निद्रा करा अवधूता बाबा करा साईनाथ चिन्मय हे सुखधाम जाऊनी बहुळा एकांता माय गया नाथया सुंदर नवरीला भक्ती बाबा नवरीला भक्ती ज्ञानाच्या समयाला मुनी भुलल्या ज्योती आता स्वामी सुखे निद्रा करा अवधूता बाबा करा साईनाथ चिन्मय हे सुखधाम धावनी बहुळा एकांता आपत्ताच्या मंचक हृदयाकाशी टाकिला हृदयाकाशी टाकिला मनाचे सुमने करुणी केले सेवेला आता स्वामी सुखे निद्रा करा अवधूता बाबा करा साईनाथ चिन्मय हे सुखधाम धावनी बहुळा एकांता मैनाकेता मातलावून एकत्र केले बाबा एकत्र केले मृत्यूपिंडा गाठी सोडली पडते सोडले आता स्वामी सुखे निद्रा करा अवधूता बाबा करा साईनाथ चिन्मय हे सुखधाम धावनी बहुळा एकांता कृष्णानेता सोडून गलबला बाबा सांडून गलबला दयावर क्षमा शांती दासी भूम्याचे वेला आता स्वामी सुखे निद्रा करा अवधूता बाबा करा साईनाथ चिन्मय हे सुखधाम धावनी बहुळा एकांता मनी घेऊनी नाजुक दुष्याला बाबा नाजुक दुष्याला निरंजय सद्गुरु स्वामी विदरे सेवेला आता स्वामी सुखे निद्रा करा अवधूता बाबा करा साईनाथ चिन्मय हे सुखधाम धावनी बहुळा एकांता सद्गुरु साईनाथ महाराज की जय श्री महेंद्र सागाची वाटल्या जोनिया दादा शेषा घेऊनी जाईला तुझे जाया भोजना चालवाईला सर्वा महामिया देवा शेषा घेऊनी जाईला तुझे जाया भोजना तुला महे चिंता राणी योगी माता शेषा घेऊनी जाईला तुझे जाया भोजना पावला प्रसादाचा विठोनी जावे बाबा हातानी जावे आपुला तो क्षमा करवे तसे स्वामी सुखे मित्र करा गोपाल बाबा साई दयाला बोले मनोरंगा सद्गुरु साईनाथ महाराज की जय। Sacred, holy and supreme is Baba's Vibhuti, pouring forth in brilliant stream his play of Vibhuti. So auspicious is its might, it grants liberation. Baba's Vibhuti, his power protects me. Paramam Pavitram Baba Vibhutim Paramam Vichitram Leela Vibhutim Paramartha Ishtardha Moksha Pradatam Baba Vibhutim Inashrayami. Om Sai Om Sai Sri Sai Jaya Jaya Sai Om Sai Sri Sai Jaya Om Sai Sri Sai Jaya Jaya Sai Om Sai Sri Sai Jaya Jaya Sai Om Sai Sri Sai